Mic check, mic check, mic check, 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 check. What is going on, people? What is popping? Welcome back to the market. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. If you guys can hear me clearly coming in through the airways, not the airwise, give me a quick thumbs up. And let's get the show on the road, people. Happy Monday. Also, happy Father's Day out there to all the fathers, of course. Hopefully you guys had yourselves a great day. Great day, great weekend. Hopefully you got to spend some time with some family. Thoughts and prayers for those fathers who are no longer here, of course. That is how life goes. Interesting. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, we are back again for another week. We also do have ourselves a very special week ahead of us because it is the FOMC week. We also have a short week ahead of us. Very rarely do we get the combination of the two, which I would expect to make for some very interesting market maker tactics. I will break this down in more detail as the week goes on, but for now, please prep accordingly. All right. Come to the market ready. Come to the market ready for a lot of volatility and chop. We are going to see spurts of a lot of price action, like all the price action. And then we're going to see some spurts of absolutely no price action. Okay. So please come prepared for both. Let me just, make an adjustment here. Perfecto. Okay. All right, guys. Let's get into this. So right now, we do have the S&P 500 currently up 0.5%, back to where we were on Friday. This 601.40 level here, there's no shock whatsoever. That we're back hedging at this level again. I didn't expect us to be exactly here. I thought flat or red, and well, there and behold, we end up having ourselves another surprising move in the pre-market, which is great. It's almost as if the market's already pricing in some sort of positive news that has not quite come out yet, i.e. there being potentially a solution, but we'll see. We shall see. This is the same target we had for the SPY calls on Thursday. Yeah. At the same SPY levels. You're targeting on Thursday. Okay. So there's two things here that I'd watch. Anything over 601.40 to me does run back in towards the 603 to 604 range. That's a little difficult spot to get through, as we have seen over the last 4 or 5 days here. But as long as the SPY remains below 601.40, I'd be looking for this gap fill to come back down and get filled at roughly 590. Okay, so just keep that part in mind. If we do see something like we saw on Friday, I'd want to see not just a candle break and hold above. I'd want to see a break and hold above, following 15-minute candle or a larger time frame. Use it as a level of support. Last time we saw a break, the candle closed, and the next candle got slapped immediately. So keep that part in mind this morning. let's move on to a few other names here. There's one of these names here. SATS was on the space watch list for the team. Did gap up this morning 42% in a absolutely phenomenal start here to the week. I want to take a quick peek here to see. EchoStar jumps after report Trump urged EchoStar chair to cut a deal on Spectrum. Interesting. Yes, President Trump urged EchoStar chairman federal commission to reach a deal over the fate of a company's wireless spectrum license. Bloomberg News. Hold this, trying to shield this cash wireless spectrum license from the threat of revocation from the FCC. Interesting. So this was definitely worthwhile having on the watch list, and look at that jump. My goodness, 42% overnight. Okay. How's some of the big boys doing? Nvidia, how are we looking this morning? Currently still sitting above 140, not the end of the world. Okay, all right. Not bad here. We'll obviously watch to see if it can hold up over this level of support. We have some gaps down that I am sure will be a much more importance as we head towards the FOMC meeting. But for now, MU's at 2%. MU probably looks like the strongest chip name here right now. I know AMD is also up 2.5%, so I like that a lot. MU holding above this 114 level here to me is actually pretty decent. And it is looking to target this gap fill. As long as MU can remain over 114, and I've said this several times before, I think that the next move back up here is to 123 to 127, which is that gap fill all the way back from July 2024, a year ago. AVGO is green, SMCI is green, TSM, INTC, ARM Holdings, green. All right, I see Microsoft, not bad at all. Apple's in a very interesting spot. Apple's in a very interesting spot. Let's just look at Apple here. A lot of resistance. You got support roughly at 195. All right. We'll watch and see. We shall watch and see. Amazon, Netflix, Meta, Google, all names that are green, not quite pushing the previous week highs. Tesla, maybe. Tesla's, well, yeah. Previous week high is 335.50. Anything above that, we can easily see 355, 356 on Tesla. The crypto names are also up. MSTR is up, CLSK is up, Mare is up, Wolf is up, Coin is up. PayPal is also looking decent. CVNA is looking decent. CVNA fell off the side of a cliff here, but trying to make a bounce. Now let's see what these meme names are looking like. Oklo up 4% this morning. Interesting. Interesting. GameStop. This is not what you want to see, to be fair. This is very similar to what we saw back here on GameStop. I would simply prepare to see lower. And then if it doesn't go lower, that's great. But I would prepare to see a little bit lower short term. until this setup here is invalidated. I think GameStop needs to break back above this $24 range here in order to invalidate this continuation of a bear flag. Just my opinion. That's what I would need to see. That's what I would need to see. What other names are you guys looking at this morning? Feel free to throw it in chat. Let's pull them up here. Quantum names, QBT and ARQQ leading the way so far, up 3.5% each. China names, after they came out with a pretty decent unemployment rate number overnight, are looking pretty good here, an up average of roughly 1.5% across the board. XPEV obviously leading the way, up 3%. Decent. BBAI is also up 1.68%. We'll watch this name for sure. You'll watch that name for sure. All right, let's see here. Roku. Roku currently up 9% this morning. Why? Why is Roku currently up 9% this morning? And did I not have this on a list? Roku, Disney, interesting. Okay. And WBD. Very similar charts there. Okay. Disney also looks decent here, over 117. Yeah, Disney breaks over 120. I mean, it's really breaking out of a range. We've seen it here for the last 2 years. April 2022 to April 2023, 1. To April 2024, 2. April 2025, 3. But we can see the top pop off of Disney if it's not careful here. And we can see it move back up towards this 150 range here. Interesting. It's right there. It is right there. Okay. Almost out of that range. Interesting. Here. Let's take a look here. Oracle. I think Oracle was red this morning, if I'm not mistaken. Just a little bit. Oracle does have a very strong bullish trend after they had an earnings that did not sell off at all. It's way up there, but I would only trade this one direction to be fair, which would be up. So tough. If we pull back to roughly around 206, 204, maybe I'd look for a little bit of a bounce, but yeah, definitely a tough look to try to time at this point in time. The direction that I trade Oracle would be up though, straight up. Amazon looking like it's trying to break out of this inverse head and shoulder pattern here. Over 214 would be a level to watch for Amazon. Pretty flat across the board there. I like that. A pretty consistent level of resistance is what I'm trying to highlight there. Anything above 214, you can see move back up towards maybe 218, 220. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, let's see here. Amazon. Okay, let's see here. SOXL. A lot of these setups, guys, are currently green this morning. They're not great setups, at least not yet. They can definitely develop into them. A lot of them are just trying to simply invalidate a previous pretty bearish looking daily candle close. I find it interesting, but I would be very careful at the same time, especially this week. Like Hood's had two back-to-back ugly looking candles here, and it's had them 3 of the last 7 days here, if I'm not mistaken. 4 out of the last 7 days. Nonetheless, it is developing into a bull pennant, so even with that, it doesn't look horrible. It's just refusing to sell, but I'd still be very careful here trying to front run this breakout. That's the way that I look at Hood right now. Independent. Reddit's also looking interesting. Got a little bit of resistance here, just above. A little bit of resistance here up towards 126. After that, it could be okay. So a little bit of resistance there. Outside of that, we can see some smooth sailing. Smooth sailing. Reddit. What is that? 125. If. Oxy. Let's take a look at some oil. Why not? Oxy currently down 1% this morning. XOM currently down as well. So oil has definitely. And you know what I would say on Saturday, I made a video and I reviewed some of these charts, and they did look very similar to hangman setups on the daily. So that is interesting. The high volume, hammer look at the top of a trend. So back testing towards these necklines to me was not out of the question. Actually, it would actually be expected. So I would expect it to pull back down towards somewhere between Friday's lows and 110. So let's see here, 110.83 to 110.19. Let's just say back to 110 there for XOM, and for Oxy, I'd be looking at something like a move back down towards roughly 44.93, 45 bucks. That to me would be a level to watch. They do have a gap back up here around 48.61, but breakout, base, and then go would be the ideal setup there for several different oil names as we head towards an FOMC week. Okay. All right, guys, enjoy yourselves. Have yourselves a decent day. Can we look at a massive 850 sell candle on SPY that happened on SPY? I don't see any massive sell candles so far this morning. Yeah, so far this morning, there's no massive sell candles at this time. But I just want to see if the SPY can break above 601.40 or not. That's really it. Can the SPY break above 601.40 or not? Key level of resistance there has been for the last 2-3 days. I just want to see if it can do it. If it can break above 601.40, we can see it push back up towards 603. Also, guys, with the FOMC meeting this week, just please be prepared for a little bit of volatility and a little bit of chop. It's going to be very hot and cold. We also have a short week, so options, you do not have as much time on weekly options as you may think. So although the implied volatility is high, you may end up paying the same amount for options if you're trading weekly options that you would when you have 5 days in a week. But this week you have 4 days in a week, but the implied volatility will be a little higher as we head towards the FOMC meeting. So highly suggest, if you can do so, trading with time, sizing down with time. Try to be as responsible as possible as we head towards this week. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, we are going to have a very short stream this morning here, as I do want to get a few more charts prepped for the team before the market opens. Right now, we're basically seeing the overall market green. Individual names fairly green, but nothing too crazy is happening right now across the board. It's a very decent pre-market in comparison to Friday's price action. Things are up, not breaking above Friday's highs for the most part. I do want to watch any name you're trading right now. Please keep it in mind. With a sell-off day we kind of saw on Friday, reclaiming Friday's highs would be a key indication of potentially changing the direction, but at least one that's worthwhile taking. Until you see names start to really get some large time frame candles closing over Friday's highs, I'd be careful going long into resistance. They can continue to push higher, but don't set yourself up to go long right before you end up getting sold into. Okay, buying calls right below resistance, tough. Buying puts right below support, tough. Wait for a breakout, wait for a pullback for confirmation, then get your entries. All right, gang. Mod Squad, we appreciate you guys as always. For those of you guys on Twitch, I definitely have your points. Everybody else, enjoy yourself. We will be back again a lot this week, probably live 3 times on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys. Much love. Deuces.